Hello everyone and welcome back to the Spearhead cast. With me, Matt. We have a 2-2 for you all here on Droid Scout, I believe it's called. Droid Streaks? I'm not good at French names, unfortunately, but we are on the Eastern Front. Let's go through the players. Let's start with the Soviets. We have EGS Linares as Shock Division straight out the gates. And we have a Circle without a command church yet. We have sent the Germans today. We have Electric Lizard as the Waffen-SS without a command church yet. And we have LXIX as Ostdivision straight at the gate for the Wehrmacht, starting out with Osttruppen. So we are fighting here in the winter in the Eastern Front. Osttruppen being pulled onto the field here. Eastern Europeans conscripted to fight for the Germans on the Eastern Front against the Soviet Union. Droid Scout is an intriguing little map. We'll see how it turns out here in our 2v2. We have command church yet here for the other Soviet. Nope, doesn't look like it. Just getting some units out to capture territory. Pioneers have managed to set some sandbags here. I do like the winter uniforms. You rarely get to see the winter uniforms for some of the units. And the Osttruppen one is actually pretty decent. I like the one for the Osttruppen. Some pioneers standing around here. Sabas managed to dig in here. Some pioneers are securing some territory and digging in. German pioneers are actually pretty decent at holding, they just need some better cover than just that hay, I think. They're just going to be expanding out, they'll soon encounter the Ostdivision. They're just going for full-on Osttruppen here. Lots of Osttruppen. So it's pushing up here, encountering the pioneers. They'll also soon encounter the Osttruppen. Now, the unfortunate with the Osttruppen, they have no submachine gun on their squad leader. They do need to be cautious in that aspect, because they only have bolt actions. But that said, they're still pretty okay with their bolt actions, as you can see. Doing pretty good shots there. As the Waffen-SS is trying to push up a little bit. The Soviets are still around. You have a Kulak to keep an overwatch position. Vanskip's also getting some shots into the center here. Montoviki arriving on the front line soon. More professional Soviet infantry. Osttruppen are getting a lot of work done here. Even getting some more shots here on the Sabas. Still no command shots from the Waffen-SS, and still no command shots from the other Soviets. Sabas did manage to threaten that Kugelwagen to move back. Montoviki also on the front line, a lot better at their job. They're pulling back, probably to help deal with the Osttruppen there. And with the Soviets having issues on the northern flank against the sheer amount of Osttruppen coming in here. Lots of Eastern Europeans have been pulled in to fight for the Nazis. Montoviki getting close now. Montoviki are very good quality infantry for the Soviets, so, well, decent quality. Enough to kill that Osttruppen without any issue. Oh. Most of the Waffen-SS has gone for Panzerdivision. Which means we're gonna see the Hitler Youth on the field shortly. A cheaper unit available to SS Panzer here. Just cheaper as in they cost the basic stuff of 240 manpower. Oh, Osttruppen actually pushed up enough to make a cutoff point here in the Soviets. Soviets are getting a little bit of a run. So that's something you hear often. You have a universal carrier arriving here, unique to Soviet shock army. Sabas are being overrun by the sheer amount of rifle fire here from the Osttruppen. But Montoviki on the flank throwing a grenade. And Maxim also up. That's gonna force them off. How many of the Osttruppen will survive is the question. Looks like they might actually make it out there because the Montoviki were busy getting inside the building. Universal carrier now on the move. Which the Kugelwagen will have trouble with, but there is a Panzerjäger nearby with a Panzerbüchse, which will be able to take out the universal carrier. The universal carrier is difficult if you don't have the Panzerbüchse on an angle to hit it. Trying to do its best here. We have more Montoviki moving up. We do have an MG-34 coming up as well here for the Waffen-SS. Universal carrier has been suppressed, forcing it back. And the Montoviki now pinned due to the MG-34. They're probably not going to get out of there alive. Yeah, they get mowed down in the open there. Max is setting up though, doing a lot of good work. Going down the Panzerjäger. And the Soviets are still getting more units. We have another command choice here. It looks like it is also Shock. Double Shock, okay. Well, Shock is a pretty decent commander, but it doesn't get the T-3045 anymore. However, it does get the IS-2, which is a pretty big deal if you can get that far. Hitler Youth trying to hold the ground down here. Maxim quickly opening up onto them. Sturmpanzer is equipped with MP40Is, unique to Panzer Tactics. Basically, it's an experimental MP40 with extra magazine attached, so you can fire further. Ooh. Looks like we have conscripts mounted inside the universal carrier here, which will provide us some protection, allowing them to just easily deal with these Storm Pioneers. Most of them moving to the southern flank, apparently. We do have an MG42 on the northern flank here. Germans in their great coats moving around. The Soviets keep an eye on the things. Universal carrier pushing up here. That's a trick I like to see. I like to use universal carriers a lot myself aggressively. Can they get the... No, they get suppressed! And that's them all dead, I think. And being pinned actually did save them from the Gebalderladung, though. Good thing it was only a conscript squad. The Ustrop Knights being a big issue. Lots of good rifle fire here. Yep, they can just mow down the crew there. Syscon coming up, we also have a crowd mow in the field. So it's cool to get some more units out to start overrunning the rest of the front line. MG44 heading out here to the Hitler Youth. Soviet bunker being set up here. And the small AT gun to deal with any light vehicles that might come their way. But it might be the field gun. I'm not sure if this is just a small AT gun or the actual field gun, but I think it's the light AT gun. Yeah, it does have the explosion marker. Proud mode is going to reveal itself shortly. We do have a 222 in the field here, which can certainly deal with it now that it has hot panzer and the autocannon. Proud mode getting on the flank here. Taking out the Kugelwagen in seconds. And mowing down the Osttroben. Needs to be cautious of this 222 though. A little bit of a new wing. Needs to be cautious of that 222. Oh, but he did not turn the gun. Oh, it manages to dodge. A lot of duking there. Meanwhile, the Germans are just taking in up here with lots of pillboxes. Looks like the Ostrup might go for a cheeky assault here with their Panzerfaust potentially. Oh, taken out here by the Sis gun. Very nice. But the Soviets need more infantry in the front line. Well, the Sis gun is doing its best now as an artillery piece. More trying to pull it back. A little bit of a shot there from the Panzerbüchse. More sappers moving up. Yeah, some shock troops on the front line as well. Some shock Frontoviki. Who can probably actually work their way around the bunker here and destroy it. The bunker's not that secured actually. You can just get around the flank of it.
Who do you want dead?
Man half track on the field here for the Waffen SS. Prop coming onto the field here for the Soviet Union. Map is somewhat even in what resources they're getting by looks of it.
Hello, my brothers. Conscripts here. We have been assigned fresh Panzer Grenadiers.
These pillboxes are going to make it hard for the Soviets to push up here.
Enemy is attacking one of our forward buildings.
But as I said, you could get around up here if you really do try. This gun is being used as an artillery piece though, and it is quite effective at that. Flamethrower on the Fontaviki, unique if you're playing a shock. Pretty useful actually if you can get close enough. And usually people don't expect that to suddenly be a flamethrower on the basic infantry. Trouble moving around here. Fighting is being suppressed. They know there's a pack coming. It's just a pack 48 though, and the service can overrun it. Oh, and there's something to stop them. This pack crew is definitely in trouble. Meanwhile, the Germans are pushing back up here with some 25th Panzergrenadiers. Unique to Ostdivision. A very cool Panzergrenadier unit. Rarely see them though. Well, too late to deal with that pack crew now. That's a dead Fontaviki squad. The Soviets are trying to push up everywhere they can to take up territory. So there's some conscripts moving around here. Not sure what this truck's job is. We have mines being laid out by the Soviets, good to see. Just using all the tricks they can. Truck will allow the Soviets to replenish in the front line. And when you're watching this, it's not long until Combat of Heroes 3, by the way. So, expect some videos of that when it comes up. Issue 76 being called onto the fields. Recon team remains up there, not doing much. Of course, they're keeping an eye on things. You don't actually see a lot, though. They can see over there, but there's sight blockers in the front of them.
What is it?
Most of them moving up. Oh, we have a Maxim squad waiting in ambush. But they have not turned the right way. Bravo is doing his job, though. Maxim turning around and firing. Need to focus on that pack. Or this machine gun, potentially. Yeah, focusing on the machine gun most of it, which is not a bad idea in all things considered. But they do lack cover. Hitler Youth are planning to push up. Truck is allowing the service to keep replenishing. But the Hitler Youth is pushing upwards. Command half track as well. Grenade being thrown. Just a basic fragmentation. More mines prepared to be laid here as the Soviets bring up all Maxims. Jump onto the Indian flank, but they're being stopped here by the Panzergrenadier. We have an HU-76 arriving here, which if it uses high explosive shells could probably be a very big issue. Here are some Grenadiers arriving now as well for the Ostdivision, rather than just more Eastern European Osttruppen. 25th are doing their best here in their vanilla Panzergrenadier uniform, I believe, for winter, which does look pretty neat. It's a very intriguing looking outfit. The Soviets look like they're digging in and holding the line now. This crowd must have a lot of work, actually. Actually, they also took out the command half track there, probably with the SIS. When the Ultrasturmführer is getting mowed down here. Smoke grenades being popped. So it's bringing more units around, and T-3476 almost arriving on the front line. Troops of the Ostdivision are fighting alongside the Waffen-SS down here. Looks like they're hoping these pillboxes just deter the Soviets too much from advancing north, and I suppose it has at the moment, so all the fighting is just happening down here. And now the SIS gun is opening fire again. Lots of Maxims here for the Soviet Union. And HU-76 is using high explosive shells. Is it? Yeah, it is. Which will certainly be a problem if it can hit stuff. Except it's just hitting sandbags, and it doesn't look like a high explosion. It doesn't look like a high explosive thing when it hits something. Might be bugged. Okay, switch back to AP. Okay. Yeah, that's certainly AP. And AP will not do a lot to infantry. Unless they can get very accurate and hit them. Which is not the easiest thing to do with stuff in the way. But if you do with T-34 as well. Maxim is also suppressing the Grenadiers. Yes, they all get MT-42s. High explosives loaded. Panzer's moving up, but there's a T-44. And the Panzerbrücke will not do enough to that. They're trying a little bit too forward here. And Ostrom newer Panzerfausts. Ooh, looks like the Panzerbrücke are actually able to hit and penetrate the SU-76. Destroying the gun there. The Maxims of the Fortaviki keep pushing up on their conscript support. Panzer 480 will be arriving on the battlefield soon. The Sims are applying a lot of pressure here. Looks like the Pak 48 takes out the SU-76. Bravo remains around and active. Artillery being called in here. Another T-34 arriving on the front line. So to bring up more shock troopers as well, armed with double DPM. Bravo got hit by something. Not sure what. Might be a shoe meaning, but I'm not sure. Cis gun used as an artillery piece again, which is the benefit of the Cis gun. Hans Voyage preparing to advance here alongside the Grenadier. Well, now the Cis gun is out in the open like that. Doesn't penetrate. Hit straight under the blast shield. T-34 showing up. Ooh, this is a brave T-34 now. But it did get an over penetration. More assist guns moving up, so also the light 80 guns showing up. More artillery called in the surge position. They have to pull the assist back, but I don't have the time, I think. Oh, yeah, they don't. Lots of packs have been set up here by the Germans to set them a little bit of a pack front. Another T-34-76 arriving here. Lots of destruction. Oh, they get inside the building, which is probably a bad idea. There's a lot of people that can shoot at it. Soviet officers showing up, but that might not be the best position for him. I don't know. He's going to get inside the building evidently. That building is taking a lot of fire. Almost surrounded at this point, actually. No, that's a grenade. That might be the dead of that build. No, the building still stands, actually. Never mind. But for how long? The people inside are probably going to die before the building. Yep, there you go. Panzer force are advancing. Light 8s are going to insist, going to do their best to hold them back. Another T-34 arriving here with some sappers riding on their backs. We also have a Capitan on the field here. With 152mm barrage is okay if they can have the munitions for that. Well, I think they're planning to try and rush the bunkers up there. There's a lack of things to stop the tanks, actually. So they're being called in, but they just need to keep advancing. Like they're sorting the pillboxes. If they can get close enough and get behind them, The sappers are a vulnerable target on the back of it. They just need to drive past them, yeah, like that. And they can disembark to try and take out the bunkers with a professional, well, not professional, but specialized explosives. Because concrete bunkers are very hard to take care of, as you can see. And again, the Germans were not prepared for this, evidently. Most of them are still nearby. You have a Lux on the southern flank here for the Waffen-SS. Panzer II with some better armor and an autocannon. But the Soviets are slowly taking them out. Packs are quickly relocating. Panzer IV command tank moving up as well. We have another T-5 moving up, destroying the gunner there on the pillbox. More shock troopers are being prepared. One pillbox down. While Panzer IV are slowly arriving. T-4 down over there. So it's lacking in equipment to stop these Panzer IVs at the moment. Panzer IVs have to pull, well, shock troopers have to pull back, I mean. So it's laying mines up here. As they work to take down the pillboxes still. Oh boy. Panzer IV now on the flank up here, trying to take out them. I'll take them out rather. Then what Charles being said, that's exactly what you have to do. Yeah, and that's how you destroy bunkers. Puma also arriving here. T-34 still need to be cautious. Oh, good shot there from the T-34s though. Ooh, Puma got hit. T-34s are slowly losing this fight though. But they've done a lot of damage actually. And for barely any cost compared to the German tanks, I think these tanks have been very efficient. Now, do not underestimate T-34s. They're actually pretty decombatant if you can get them in the right position. Man tank down. T-34 down out there. There's still one T-34 left. That might be that T-34. There it goes. The Germans had to direct a lot of stuff to deal with that. And the Soviets are still just getting more and more units on the field now. No tanks though. But I feel the Germans just used a lot of equipment to take care of that. This fight can still go either way. Unless these two Panzer IVs just somehow push through everything. More Osttruppen being prepared behind us. Lots of Osttruppen. More bunkers being dug in here for the Soviet Union. Maxim doing his best down here. It is being kept an eye on though by the Alf Clara. This is going to be located to the northern flank. Armored car driving around here with some shock troopers. Trenches holding for a while though. Tanks are not really the best against trenches, as you can see. Heavy mortars also being prepared by the Soviet Union. Good shot here from the Mthis gun. One more penetration should do it. Well, these packs need to be relocated, I think. Command attack is calling in an artillery strike, probably around here. Not sure where it's aimed at yet. Probably the shock troopers. Yep, looks like it's the shock troopers. Here it comes. That is a decent amount of damage. Now the Hitler Youth are gonna move in behind with the command half track. But there's still a Maxim nearby that can hit them. So the Kapitan keeping an eye on the front line. Firing with his Tokarev. Using the M1911 model. T-54 76 is being prepared, I mean. And the Germans are getting more and more Panzer IV-Hs. 3 Panzer IV-Hs already. Which could certainly create quite a spearhead for the Germans. That they could use to just push their way through. Underestimate the Panzer IV-H. It is probably the best variant of the Panzer IV. And most German commanders get access to it. They do a lot of work for you. What's it been called in here? And the Panzer IVs are preparing for the spearhead down here by the looks of it. Yeah, they're forming up. So we don't have enough AT equipment down here. Oh, command attack down again. There is some mines though. There's some mines right here. And here comes the Panzer IVs. There's also some tank traps. Ooh, the Soviets fought ahead. Panzer IVs still driving. They're not going to head towards the mines though. I looks of it. One Panzer IV is down. And the Soviets don't have enough equipment down here that can deal with them. At least not at the moment. High explosive and machine guns on the Panzer IVs doing a lot of work. And more pillboxes being rebuilt up here. But the Soviet front line is somewhat being overrun here. Heavy mortar is being threatened. Oh, another one got taken out. Not sure by what. Was it a mine? But the Cis guns are moving up. Forcing the Germans a little bit back again. Artillery being called here by the Germans close range. Artillery also being called in by the Lieutenant. Cis guns are trying to do their best, but this veteran Panzer IV is holding up pretty damn well. Good high explosive shot and more artillery going in. Good coordination from the German players. But the Soviets need to send some sort of support down here. But the Soviets are just preparing more tank traps by the looks of it. And minefields, I guess they're just digging in on the northern flank. But they need to send support down here, I think. That T-54 is not doing a lot at the moment. Could be utilized in the south to support. So we still have most of the equipment here. More smoke shells being used. It's good to see people like to use their smoke rounds. A pretty good thing to have. Artillery being called in. Germans using a lot of artillery here, but they do have the munitions. At least mostly. Only the SS munitions left. Ooh, Cis guns. Oh, they cleared up the crew of one of them. That. Oh, we have an IS-2. IS-2 is going to be arriving shortly. And I don't think the Germans can handle an IS-2. At least not in the moment.
We are ready to build it or blow it.
And the Soviets are just digging in the northern flank. Oh, that's a howitzer. Soviets have a howitzer? Oh, it's this guy! Pulling a super heavy artillery strike around here by the looks of it. It's just the ranging shots we are seeing. But Soviet artillery does have ranging shots first. I want to see how big that barrage is actually. I've not seen this one yet. 152mm. Let's see. It doesn't say how many. Yo. 24 inaccurate shells. Is this gonna be wide all over the place? Oh my god, that is a white circle. Holy shit. Okay. Let's see how big this is. 10 seconds. You can hear the shells coming in. Oh my god. Oh my god. Holy shit. Holy shit. That is Soviet artillery barrages. Holy fuck. That is absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. My god. I've not seen anything like that in a while. That's a huge artillery strike. And perhaps more people will use the Captain now as shock after seeing that. That's that ability. Mwah! That was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. But the Germans have managed to get a Panther out. The Panther could threaten the IS-2, but I actually doubt it. The IS-2 is really damn potent. I guess it depends on how they use it. They do have Panzer IV for support. But artillery strike? Absolute beauty. And this is why you need to get your officers. The officers can really do some really wacky stuff if you have the resources for them. But the Soviets didn't have enough to push up with just after the barrage, but that barrage really was something. Panzer March happening now. But assist guns are doing a good job here. More mines also being laid. So it's a thinking ahead. Oh yeah, this is not looking good for the assist gun. But the IS-2 is arriving. And the smoke is going to clear shortly. It's going for the Panther first. And yeah, that's a dead Panther. Using the armor-piercing concrete... just an armor-piercing round, not a concrete-piercing round. Now the Panzer IVs are going to have a hard time dealing with the IS-2. The Germans no longer have the tank advantage. Fortunately for them, the IS-2 only fires high explosive rounds unless you use the specific ability with a long cooldown, as you can see. It's a really good rework of the IS-2, I feel. Makes it feel like a breakthrough tank it's supposed to be. And the Panther wrecks being bucked as always. Sure, they provide heavy armor, but they don't actually. I don't know why that is. And that's a dead Panzer IV. Do the Panzer IVs really think they can fight an IS-2? I guess even with APCR, it's going to be a hard sell. Looks like the Germans called the GG there. Realize they cannot fight the IS-2. Don't mind me. Just giving a thumbnail there. Oh, it actually penetrated the IS-2. Looks like one of them has dropped. And at this point, the last IS-2 goes down, or last Panzer IV goes down. So this match is basically over. You just speed up. Yeah, Singo detected. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this one. I most certainly did. That shock artillery barrage really was something. I'll see you all next time, everyone. Bye bye.